NCAA Football 14 is regarded by many to be the best game in the EA Sports franchise. But what if I told you there's another game that can rival it closely? Let me introduce you to NCAA Football 2013. This game visually would look better than ever, and playability, you'd see many hours of content. This was the first NCAA Football game I personally purchased and felt like there was actually a change in the core gameplay. Now, I realize you can only do so much with a college football game, but this one really felt different. It often gets overshadowed by its big brother NCAA Football 14, which, don't get me wrong, was a good game, but was it as good as 2013? I don't know. Let's dive into some of the features. For the first time in NCAA Football, we'd get a dual cover athlete, featuring Robert Griffin III and Barry Sanders. 2013 brought us the brand new game mode, Race for the Heisman, which was kind of like the mode that was in 2006. It was cool to have this back and be able to play as so many legendary players. This would allow you to take control of the player and his Heisman Trophy winning season. They'd also give you goals and things to accomplish along the way, which made its playability very good. One thing I don't like about this though is it uses current team ratings for whatever Heisman race you're doing. So if you're doing one from, like this one's from 93, it doesn't use the 93 teams, which kind of sucks a little bit, but it is what it is. Moving on to the Dynasty mode, the recruiting menu would look extremely similar to all the past 4 years. Making phone calls to recruits would be almost identical to years in the past, just with a new menu. The cool thing about this though is you could now finally scout players before you had them signed. We'd get the brand new coach integrity bar, which based upon how many promises you kept and broke to recruits would go up and down. Then, based upon your bar, you'll get more interest if your bar is higher and you make a promise, because players will actually believe you. We'd also for the first time be able to find gems in recruiting. These recruits wouldn't be ranked very high, but once you scouted them, you'd see that their scores were even better than people thought. Another big thing about recruiting that made it so good was when you're going to choose a pitch to a recruit, you could actually pick it, and it didn't just go off random like years previous. So if you wanted to go ahead and start unlocking the prospect and find the importance to him, you could go ahead and do that, and you could actually look at it all and know what you're trying to recruit and what your strengths and what your weaknesses are. This is another reason why a lot of people thought this had the best recruiting out of any college football game ever produced. Another small thing I like about this game is when you're setting up a match, it shows you the stadium you'll be playing in the background. Alright, now let's get into some actual gameplay and see how this one performs and compares to other games that we've played. One thing that separates this game, I think, from NCAA Football 14 is how fast the receivers can get off the ball. The reason I like this feature is because in real college football, you see mismatches like this all the time where you have a receiver that's way better than the secondary, and he can get a little separation behind that defense and be able to put up big numbers. And where this really shines is in Dynasty, when you recruit a receiver that you know is going to be good, and he can absolutely cook the defense. Now on the rushing side of the ball, this game feels a lot like NCAA Football 14 would, and how NCAA Football 12 felt. For me, I feel like the blocking just really isn't realistic, and there's a lot of times you won't ever be able to get the edge on a toss play. This is especially true when you're playing on Heisman. You could have one of the best rushing offenses in the game playing against a terrible team, and you still can't really run the ball on them the way you should be able to in real life. And after playing through all the old college football games, it really felt like the years from 06 to 010 had the best rushing mechanics, and I really hope in the new college football 25 they can bring some of this rushing magic back and make it a really fun time to run the ball. But with our short review, NCAA Football 13 out of the way, that only leaves one left, NCAA Football 14. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look back at a game I feel is overshadowed by NCAA Football 14. But with that out of the way, I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next college football video.